Together we are gaijin-san company.
Myself and Ricky, we went to the University of Glamorgan and studied theatre and media, and it was kind of an academic course. There was practical elements, but everything practically we did ourselves, kind of researched our bodies ourselves, because it isn't a practical like dance course or an acting school. He was always the performer, and then recently we've started working more together, which is a lot more tension, a lot more arguments, but I think it's making the work better because we like challenging each other as well, because our styles are completely different.
Yeah, we come from very different, like, I mean, Kylie likes quirky,
kind of gestural.
Yeah, gestural movement, and I kind of prefer more lyrical, fluid movement. I've only really got into physical theatre and dance in the past few years. Like my physical training before that was mainly martial arts. I did that when I was very young. And I don't know, I just see it, I think the first sort of time I really did any physical theatre or sort of dance theatre or dance was in a production with a Welsh choreographer called Sean Twan-John. It's a big community project with professional dancers and people from the community. And I absolutely loved it, and it was just, you know, just a way of expressing yourself that I had never really come across, but as soon as I did it, I instantly loved it. And it's kind of like, yeah, it was kind of, so I always knew I wanted to perform and I wanted to get into drama, but I didn't know exactly what area, and then as soon as I found it, that was it, yeah.
I think I've always gone to like dancing since I was little, and I did like ballet, tap, jazz, that's what everybody was doing, and I found that I got really bored of just the norm, and I wanted to find something different, and then I joined National Youth Theatre in Wales, and the choreographer worked for No Fit State Circus, which is Wales's biggest circus company, so I think I got introduced to like experimental, physical, I don't know, kind of genre really early on, and then I just always wanted to find something new and different. Because recently we did a tour with Welsh Independent Dance, so they commissioned us to do Anna Mangamon, which was about computer games and reality, virtual reality, and I think the young people that we worked with really connected with that. Drama in schools especially, like they learn about Shakespeare, they learn about naturalism, and they go and see pantomimes and musicals, and that's kind of it. And so we're hoping if we can get in and just show that there's more out there and just inspire some creativity. So I guess our movement quality is quite raw, we're not professionally trained dancers, although we want to improve our skill, and that's why we both went to dance onto a dance course. But I think, yeah, the energy and the impulse and the intention behind movement is more important than making a pretty shape or
the technique.
Or the technique, and that's why when we go into schools and work with people, it's just that raw passion and wanting to express through movement, which is interesting, rather than getting them to all look the same and make the same shapes, because that doesn't interest me.
There's so many different subtleties from culture to culture. We've all got the same bodies and the same joints, but just how
where the movement's coming from,
and even where people kind of sing from. Just the little subtleties are so apparent when you kind of get everyone together, but you don't necessarily realise it.
What excites me is when, like, the physical, text, projection, everything is working together, and I think that's the way forward across art forms.
Yeah. I mean, I see physical theatre as an umbrella term for like dance. I think dance is underneath physical theatre rather than separate from it.
Yeah.
I think physical theatre is just anything where you're using your body to communicate, and that's dance theatre. You know, specific things like mime, performance art, any types of kinetic art. You know, and there's physical theatre really is the biggie for me. Like. Gaijin-san translates to Mr. Foreigner, and it's originally a Japanese phrase that we just liked the contradiction in it. Like, it's a phrase used to ridicule and a phrase used out of respect for someone, and we liked that idea of that contradiction, and we liked the idea of being a foreigner. So yeah, the idea of a foreigner, can be you can be a foreigner at different levels, at different levels of a community. Not intentionally, but make you an outcast or make you feel that way, or just kind of feeling slightly separate, slightly different. Yeah, it can be funny as well as sort of like the next piece we're looking at is the notion of home, and the piece is going to be about asylum seekers and the idea of refuge. So it's going to be a little bit more literal, but also more serious. But it doesn't always inform the piece that we do. It's just a nice kind of setting for our philosophy. I mean, I think for our initial plans as a company, we do want to work in the UK, build up our links in the UK first, and tour around that and get like a national reputation and have national links first, and then hopefully make the step to international. We like devising and we like directing and choreographing, so I guess we just want to kind of work on that and get a show that we feel is ready to take abroad, rather than just make the leap first. We do want to kind of get a piece that we are proud of.